Well, you're an amazing little dog, aren't you? You gonna try and climb up there? Oh, wow. Where are you going? There's not much to hang on to up there. Where? Oh, okay. It's Mr. EVO trying to get up on a very thin ledge. Okay. I'm getting a facial from EVO. Wow. That's you there. See? Look. EVO. Look. Say hi to everybody. Look. You want to say hi? Ooh. You want to get up on the table? You want to help up there or what? I can move there. Back to that stick. Not sure what you want to do, but oh well. Okay. Is it skittish oil? EVO? Ooh, down on the floor, huh? Snort. Yeah, I get a facial 4 or 5 times a day from Mr. EVO. An amazing little creature. Mini Aussie. A little mini Aussie, which is like Velcro dog. Mm-hmm. He likes to pull my arm down. He wants to pull my arm down. Okay. What's this? What do you want this for? It's just a stick. You gonna try and carry that around? Or you just want to chew it up, huh? Here, I'll put it over here so it's centered for you. Huh? Here, yeah, I know. Not hollow, is it? No. Guess it's bamboo. Yeah, I don't know what the use is for the coat. What? You like bamboo sticks? There's nothing up there, really. Nothing going outside. What a character. He might bring one of his toys in. You never know with EVO. He's a character and a half. So, no toy yet. Now what should I talk about? Yeah, I was using my hands quite a bit. They're pretty dirty at grinding stuff and doing this and machining stuff today, so. Anyway, question somebody say, do I take donations? Yeah, donations, not money, but military surplus stuff, anything, parts, pieces, radios. As long as military as well as pieces of machine tools. I feel like the little red hen, you know. Do all this It's not like Vancouver where there was everything everywhere, right? I have to use eBay a lot, so you can donate. Cause like the little red hen, I'm gonna follow that little Proverbs saying because I'll be doing HFX stuff again. And really, I'm not going to invite anybody unless it's somebody who donated. Yep, that's it. And personally, I think the HFX stuff is kind of burned out. Not that interested in it anymore. It's been thrown around the world and all that stuff. However, there's some people wanting to see it again. So you can help by donating. I'm in Willits, California. Let me know. It could be back into the whole complete unit. As long as it's military stuff, I don't go for commercial junk. It doesn't last that long. It blows up, burns out. After all, if you look at Jack House video, you see what I mean by high voltage electric sparks. How they throw things off tables and things. Or the effects are created sort of like that. Along with a very heavy discharge of AC alternating current. I'm just telling the audience they can donate. You don't have to put it on eBay and try and sell it, which most of the stuff never sells on eBay. It just sits for a year or so until I get some money to buy it. Right, EBO? So I use my Canadian pension to buy stuff. Sometimes I wait 2 months to pay for something. Oh well. That's the life going on now, so. Like the little red hen, Look up the proverb. What it means, and you'll see what it means. Yeah, the military industrial complex is still interested as well. I don't know if I should trust private individuals with they're all con artists, most of them are con artists. Yeah, my dad was right. Graft and corruption in the USA now is rampant. It is totally, absolutely rampant. If you want to know more, just YouTube search Charlie Angus of Canada, Member of Parliament, to see what I mean. I have met privates, folks who are quite amazing. I met a few con artists over the years. They're not too amazing to me. I guess Mel Winfield's one of them, although I met him on Davie Street when he had the Aquarian Universology Institute. I was with Billy Roth at the time. Winfield made all of his contacts and took videos, and primitive videos and pictures and stuff flying around. Then he is invited to Toronto, Canada for the first International Energy Convention. And he was there. He talked about everything. I wasn't there. I didn't even mention anything really to anybody else. Yeah, that's when I met Alex Pizarro and Winfield together. Then one day, Alex Pizarro asked me, this is quite a collection of Winfield. I said, no, it's not his, it's mine. He put his hand over his mouth and he said, I must contact George Hathaway right away. And he did contact George Hathaway, and Hathaway wrote him out of the first International Energy Conference. Wrote him right out. That's when I met Hathaway shortly after. That was a long time ago. Jeez. So Pizarro then, one thing he used to do is go in the Mrs. Murphy's garbage cans, because the metal samples I had, I threw them out because I thought I didn't, so what? I can't use them for anything, so I tossed them in the garbage. I'm not kidding. Maybe George Hathaway remembered. But then they're trying to convince me what I was doing is important. I didn't never thought it was important. And just people saying, well, do this, do that. And so I clicked in to others around the world, and they started coming around and filming and taking pictures and giving presentations to U.S. Army Security Intelligence Command folks, and then Canada's Defense Department, which what is Deputy Prime Minister Eric Nielsen's request, according to Alex Pizarro. I've always just sort of been in one spot. Okay, but it was Technical Intelligence Agency. They filmed, and many others came and filmed, and TV people came and filmed. I thought it was cool. I enjoyed it. It's fun. I'm a bit of a show-off anyway, aren't I? It's Carla. And other crazy things I do, but I enjoy all the TV shows. Those 300 or over 300, and then the radio shows about 1,000 on Art Bell and you name them. So anyway, the Little Red Hen, back to that. Fox, ABC, NBC, all the cheap main media stuff. So, well, now I'm just floating around like a burned out eccentric. Probably that's how people view me, a burned out eccentric. We can't replicate it now. Well, I'm close, but I still need equipment. So I got, luckily, eBay sellers gave a lot of goodies. So I should have a snapping spark gap like you used to have, right? In the high voltage, but I'm missing an X-ray transformer. I got a 60,000 volt AC transformer. I like my Siemens 1,500 pound units, the one that flew off the truck and squashed George Lissacase. Literally squashed him. He was in hospital for 3 months. I was in Germany at the time. I was threw in the towel. And by invitation by Dr. Peter Kokoschnik, Roland Brito, Max Planck people, Yin, and others. So I lived in Germany for 2 years. What did I collect in guns? I collected guns in Germany. I had to get them all sort of through the Deutsch police, approved, unloaded, tested, and then through the ATF in Atlanta, Georgia, and then to Canada through the RCMP. Not a problem as long as you know what you're doing and do your paperwork and be honest, right? Right, anyway. So yeah, donate. And the only other thing, well, you can write a check and I'll send it to my bank in Minnesota. There has been a lot of donations over the years, but nothing in the last several years, really. I was selling on eBay, but then they want all these personal information, like tax, stuff like that, and then I just screw that, not government intervention crap. Anyway. Yeah. No, I don't take apprentices. The only apprentice with brains I know is Charlie Crawford and a few other young folks would probably teach me a lot of stuff too, but they're far away. But I'm impressed with their work, like alien scientists. Mr. K, starts with a K last name. But there's really good young folks out there. The young generation. Have my respects, that's for sure. They're putting up a heck of a lot with this ridiculous USA government guy. Oh yes, the president. Big, fat, overbearing, swaggering dictator with illusions of godhood. Convicted felon and pervert. Nobody can believe it. Nobody can believe it. I mean, with a couple of brains. Laughing stock of the world. So what modern countries are there? There's China, Japan, Sweden, Liechtenstein, of course Canada, probably the most advanced countries. Probably the most advanced countries. It's quite interesting, however, that this country, USA, was immigrated to by people in Europe and tossed off the original keepers of the country, or land. Bunch of hypocrites. Sad but true, I guess my dad was right because he didn't want to move to the USA and grafting, it said grafting, corruption is the record. That was way back in the 70s, I think. However, I get along with everybody just fine. Very friendly with everybody. Americans are very friendly people. Wow. Very smart, very intelligent, really cool people. So I don't know, but I'm going in off on an angle here. So the Little Red Hen story. You can donate. Just say you want to donate and I'll help you out. Make sure you get a demonstration or a free energy project or something. Yes, I had clients for free energy. I made them. Reatrade group of business people. About 1990? Yeah, started in 93. They were very happy with what I made. Then along came the Japanese. They were super happy with what I made then. Getting up to 2000. A German group. It's Thomas Messer of the Messer family in Germany, and Grant Romand, who had a company in Canada, who was my assistant helper, kind of. He hung out with William Shatner and others. You can look him up. You can check him out on YouTube, teaching William Shatner how to paramotor fly. Grant did several videos on the power units I bills. 2004, 2005. Then he returned to Hollywood and had a TV show called Scissor Boy. Now he's doing On Ocean Living. But you should check out the two videos he did on my power units. He's very dedicated and very accurate. How long have I been talking for? Normally I shut up, but not today. I'm going on that. Oh, nice to scratch. And make faces. Yeah, I love doing Carla. I did self-analyst. I'm highly interested in psychology. Know what makes things tick with humans and other things. So I'm an androgen, basically. I got high female qualities. Because of God and religion and all that stuff in politics, a lot of people suffer who are out there, you know, like colored folks, transgender. Why? Because it's all programming by nonsensical garbage that humans like to write up in Bibles, which I mentioned before. I took one look at it, threw the whole thing in the garbage can. This is all made up stuff by humans, you know. Nothing to do with reality. Reality is reality, and few people want to face what's real, you know. They don't realize it came from the sun. And will die. And fall apart and go back into the earth, you know. So be it. I sit in the sun and stare at it. And think about things like time warp. How to catch it. Amazing that a radio, stuff I'm interested in, will pick up signals at the speed of light, 300 million meters per second. Ham radio operators, moon bounce. Transmit, listen for the return, which is usually a second and a half on the receiver. So that's fascinating. How can I use that? Kind of like Dr. Mallet using lasers, but in a warp system. Think about it. Because if you travel at the speed of light, you age very slowly. If you return to the origin, like Earth, it would have gone ahead in time. So there's an interesting thing going on there. How the relationship between gravity, magnetism, electromagnetism, weak nuclear forces. I was fascinated by the DESI documents talking about all the weak nuclear forces and the names of the particles. I met a student who did a report on my stuff, drew out diagrams, theoretical, oh wow. We used some of my samples, I don't know, I have a report in here somewhere. But anyway, I'm going on and on and on and on and on and on. It is getting sunny out, so hopefully the sun is coming out. Tomorrow I can sit in it for a couple hours. Think about stuff. Isn't that right, Mr. Evio? Who's laying on the floor now? Oh, wow. laying on the floor. Yeah, I kind of go on and on and on, but donate. You can donate. There's a lot of good people on this planet, you know. Good people, real cool, nice people. So don't let the news depress you or the big fat one, delusional, crazy old man that you voted for. Yeah, he's a human too, but he's one of those weird ones. There's a lot of weird, like Adolf Hitler's a weird one. Almost loudmouth, psychopathic pieces of crap, but too bad they exist. As they exist. They do exist. New breed of scientists like Bob Greener and Matthew are very inspiring to be around, plus a few others, actually. I absolutely trusted Matthew for all my videos and documents. Because I know he would publish them. What's he doing? Bob Greener is doing analytical work. And probably he's going to write a book someday. And then there's I learn a lot from Bob. I don't know really anything. I learn something new every day, how to machine something or repair something or fix something, or it's a never-ending process. Jelly arms. And, you know, so thanks God for Bob Greener and Matthew. Okay. So, as a kid, I read encyclopedias, right? Sitting in the sun naked. On the lawn cart, my parents. Flight 3045 Grandview Drive, North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And encyclopedias, and then along come internet, so I use that as encyclopedia stuff. It's gonna be a long video, I guess. I guess I should have been doing some other things, right? Right. Yeah. Oh, you heard rumors I died or something? No. I knocked myself unconscious by falling out of bed twice. So now the guardrail on that bed. Simply just knocked out. This is new to me. That was a while ago now. So anyway. Onward we go. So the young generation should study Matthew's work as well as Bob Greener's work. Because I am not a scientist. Uh-uh. Nope, nope, just a really over glorified junk collector in reference to humans thinking of old stuff as old stuff. They're programmed to think that, you know, I guess. Humans are really programmable. Like Adolf Hitler and his mouthpiece. Is it Goebbels? 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 I think it was Ministry of Propaganda. so many evil people and so many people die from evil people. Wow. You don't need evil people. It should be put on an island somewhere and torture each other, I suppose. Well, about 4:30 now. Yeah, I like acting silly, do you? Probably some of you do, but most of you are too scared to act silly. Show your real feelings. Showing your real feelings is more programming. Do no evil to anybody. Be honest and respect all life forms, right? Okay, I should shut up on that one. Bye.